Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. And in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be letting you know how to win a full-size bottle of So Blue by Mancera. And I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on what I think is a perfect transitional fragrance, a fragrance that can be worn in the end of summer, beginning of autumn, to get you through that season, to connect the two. And I think there are some fresh notes in here and some dark and heavy notes that will allow you to pull this off when the weather starts to get a little bit colder as well. So I'm very excited to give you my thoughts on this fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my review of So Blue by Mancera, and I tell you all about it, how you can enter to win a full-size bottle, tell you what it smells like, so on and so forth, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like reviews, top 10s, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to enable all notifications by clicking on the bell, and give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of content. Now, if you would like to enter to win a full-size bottle courtesy of cephalabon.com, all you have to do is shoot on over to the website. I'm going to leave a link for that in the description section below. Make sure to read through the article, familiarize yourself with the stipulations of what must be included in your comment on the article, and just make sure you're a registered reader, and you will automatically get entered to win a full-size bottle of So Blue by Mancera. And make sure you keep in mind when the winner is going to be announced so that you can check back on over to cephalabon.com to find out if you've won. Good luck, everybody. Let's go ahead and talk about this one. So, fantastic transitional fragrance. In my opinion, this is a type of fragrance that I like to wear when the weather goes from hot to cold. And of course, we don't enter the extreme cold in the autumn, but it starts to get a bit more brisk outside. There's a chill in the air, which I personally like. I know a lot of people call it sweater weather, but this fragrance has a ton of citrus fruits in the opening. There's also a little bit of spicy / hot pepper that kind of gives it like the spicy kick or spicy edge, which I'm really enjoying. But then in the heart, you have these marine notes or this marine accord, but it's also anchored by this earthy patchouli note. So you have patchouli, you have oak moss, you have vanilla, you have musk, you have a lot of heavy ingredients. So it's kind of a duality between the fresh and the woodsy, the dark, the earthy, the green. Now, of course, this fragrance was released in 2015, so it is about 6 years old now, and the perfumer is Pierre Montal, otherwise known as Pierre Mancera. It's the same person. In any case, I'm excited to give you my thoughts on the smell. Let's start things off with the presentation. So as soon as this fragrance opens up, you are going to get a ton of citrus. Now, I can't quite pick up on or pinpoint what citrus I'm smelling per se. I'm getting bergamot, I'm getting a little bit of orange. I'm not getting anything overly tart like a grapefruit or a yuzu or something like that. I'm not getting like unconventional citrus ingredients, but I am getting the refreshing bergamot and a touch of mandarin orange and maybe even a hint of lemon as well. But I'm also getting something in here that smells a little spicy. And I know that this is a note or an ingredient that both Montal and Mancera have played around with in the past. And so it does kind of remind me of some other Montal and Mancera fragrances that I own. So there's also a hint of black line in here, and I think they're using the same type of patchouli. And that leads me to say that I do personally find the patchouli to be one of the strongest ingredients in this fragrance. So once you get past that very bright, vivid, and flavorful introduction with all of that citrus, you are going to pick up on a little bit of salt, which is hiding in the heart. Now, you don't get it right away because some of those other ingredients sort of overshadow the salt, but you do start to get that marine accord in the heart. Now, in terms of the violet that's used in here, it's a very clean violet. I know some violets like a Dior Fahrenheit can give off a coal tar or like a petrol vibe. That's not what happened. That's not what's happening in here. Pardon me. The violet that's used in here is actually very clean, and it reminds me of like a L'Homme Libre by Yves Saint Laurent. And so you have this clean violet, you have a lot of rose. So there's Bulgarian rose being used here. And I think it's that rose, patchouli, and woodsy combination that is so evocative of other Mancera fragrances that I've tried, Montal as well. And so you get the citrus, and then you have like this salty rose with clean violet in the heart. Once you get to the base, you have a really nice balance of musk and vanilla. I can't fully say that one is stronger than the other because it does smell clean, and I think the musk and the violet both contribute to that because there's white musk in the base. And then in terms of the vanilla that's used in here, it's not overly sweet. It actually just brings out the natural sweetness of the citrus that you're going to get in the opening. And I do also want to mention that that spicy quality is very short-lived. I think once the spiciness disappears, it's sort of substituted by the salty vibe that you're going to get in the heart. And then of course in the base you also have sandalwood, which gives off a sweet and creamy sensation, and that sweetness I think is compounded by the vanilla. So you are going to get a lot of interesting ingredients in this fragrance, and it seems to go in several different directions. And of course, with a name like So Blue, you would get the impression that this is going to be a blue or oceanic / aquatic and ozonic fragrance. And yes, you do get a little bit of the salt from the marine accord, but there's so much else going on in this fragrance. So it's very multi-dimensional, very multifaceted, and there's enough of that patchouli and oak moss combination in here that creates incredible longevity, which is something that we already know. It's kind of a given when it comes to Montal and Mancera fragrances. They are expected to last a very, very long time due to their high concentration. But you can also sort of expect that this fragrance is going to get you through the colder weather. And because of that blue vibe that you get from this, it's a perfect versatile / office fragrance. And so if we're talking about something that is versatile in terms of seasons and occasions, I think we're looking at a winner here with So Blue by Mancera. It's one that I have been wanting to add to my collection for a very long time. Courtesy of cephalabon.com, I now do have a bottle in my collection, and so I'm very grateful for that. But I'm also really excited to continue to wear this one, especially when I want to be reminded of the carefree nature of summer while still being able to pull it off as the weather gets a little bit colder out. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I do find this to be a unique fragrance. I can't really compare it to anything else with the rose, the salt, the patchouli, the pepper, the citrus, all of that stuff. Obviously, these are ingredients that I've encountered in many other fragrances before, but I think it's a combination of all of these ingredients that really makes this unique. The overall smell is very pleasant. It's going to jump up off your skin. It's going to get you noticed. Longevity is 10+ hours. The projection is well beyond 2 hours of radiating beyond an arm's length. I already covered the versatility. Versatility is fantastic. All seasons, all occasions. Although I can see people feeling inclined to wear this in the spring and summer, I think this works tremendously well in the fall as well. And yes, you can pull this off in the winter too. There's a bit more of a casual vibe with this one, but I think the patchouli and the rose creates a bit of formality as well. Perfectly unisex, which is why I'm saying this is a really, really versatile fragrance. And in terms of the presentation, the screw-on cap, the atomizer, the pouch that it comes in, I do like the presentation of Mancera bottles. My final verdict on this fragrance is it's one of the best transitional fragrances when you're trying to go from the summertime to the autumn, perhaps while still allowing yourself to be reminded of the summertime a little bit because of a lot of the olfactory components that make up the overall smell, like the marine accord and like the citrus. I love this fragrance. I'm really enjoying So Blue by Mancera, and I will continue to wear it as I have been over the past couple of weeks as we were entering the autumn. So thank you all so much for joining me. I really hope you took something of value from this video. If you did, please do consider showing your support by subscribing to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and also shoot on over to cephalabon.com, links in the description. Leave a comment on the article, be a registered reader if you would like to enter to win for your chance to win a full-size bottle. Good luck, everyone. Love you all. We'll see you soon. Bye.